First off, we have had arguments, we've had conversations, we've had all of this stuff about Deion Sanders. I am pro Deion. Look, I support Deion. I've got blenders. I love my blenders. I am a Deion supporter. I think what he's doing is outstanding. I don't know if it's sustainable to just do transfer portal stuff. But I love Deion. I
I
love him.
got some I got some blenders for Christmas, and I think I'm already done with them. At this point, because I can't continue to support it. I have waited for a platform to tell the world what I think of Prime, and now's my chance. Like I don't know. I think the record shows it all. I think that he's not doing what he's supposed to, which is actually coaching and developing the kids. Rating everybody from a transfer portal and getting them on the TikTok and having them go viral is awesome, but they can't win any football games. They couldn't play any defense. They couldn't block anybody. It was all hype. You know my take on it. I couldn't say enough.
Now, here's the thing, though. Did we? I mean, you're a football person, or you're supposed to be a football person. I'll,
Right,
I'll, I'll
right.
preface it with that. You're supposed to be a football person. Did anybody really think that he was going to be good? If you looked at the roster, did you really think that they were going to be any good? I'd said it a million times. If they won 6 games, he should be coach of the year. Absolute coach of
Oh,
the year. That roster was horrible. We all knew they won 1 game last year. 1 game. And
and
yay, turned it all over. But come on, man.
And if everybody had held that expectations at that same level, I'm in. But what they did is they played TCU. The hype got up, the train got rolling, got some momentum, and everybody started putting these ridiculous expectations. If you would have stayed level headed and said, look, 6 games, he's coach of the year, 4 games, our expectation. He beats TCU, a Power Five school, obviously way down on talent early in the year. And people went crazy. People thought he turned water into wine, and he's throwing out pregame prayers and crap, and everybody bought it. I'm out.
But
I'm
whose
out.
fault is that? Is that his fault? He didn't make the media show up. He didn't force them to show up. They jumped
Well,
on the train. Is that
you're gonna
Dion's
con-
fault?
it's not, but you're gonna continue to see a theme, when we get into the Cowboys, it's gonna be the same thing. It's the people's fault. Right? You should go someplace because you go to Target because they got toilet paper. Stop going to Target if they don't have toilet paper. But nope, Cowboys fans and Prime supporters just keep going back to the well, buying the hype, clipping their coupons, and nothing shows up ever.
I mean, look, his job is to win football games, is it not? His
And
job
he
is to
didn't.
sell a program. Oh, he didn't? I mean, they won one
No.
game. They won four.
I mean, I may have argued with people every weekend about how much money he brought to Boulder and how much more relevant they're going to be, and once they get these linemen they need. That's not what we ask. How many football games did he win?
Okay, he won four. They won one the year before. Is that not progress?
That is progress. If I turned
Okay.
over an entire roster and stole 4 and 5 star recruits and won 4 games, people would say I was a freaking
First of all,
fraud.
he didn't steal. Like, you act like he stole 45-star recruits. I think he got two. I go. Let's not go crazy with how
No,
many guys that he stole from somebody else.
my my freaking son let me know every week he flipped this recruit from this week, from this school. He's flipping people. He's flipping it. Well, he's gonna be flipping
Okay.
burgers if that's all he can coach.
I mean, well, first of all, we're not saying that Dion is the biggest X and O guy. That would be the problem that I got. Everybody has these expectations on Dion. His job is to sell the program and get the best kids in as possible to try and win football games. You ask the people in Colorado, what do you think they believe? Do you think that he made a difference there? Absolutely.
You, you believe he's making the best program and he's getting the best kids? Like
Well,
early
I mean,
year, what was Hunter for Heisman? Is he Heisman quality talent? No, never was. His goal is not to sell BS. That's the only thing he did well last year.
but he didn't sell BS. They won football games. I mean, they won more
Four.
than what they won the year before. That's the goal. I
They
mean, are
they
we
got their
having these
heads.
outlandish expectations of Dion that he has to go from one win to the national championship? Is that what we're saying?
I think you got to go 500. I think you got to
Why?
go 500, or you're a bad coach.
So if you take a team that's absolutely horrendous, and let's just say what it is,
Good.
Colorado had 80% of the kids that were at that school the year before he got there should have never been at Colorado to begin with. They should have never
We
had a
say
scholarship
we say that, but the
or
one
what?
remaining
Well,
starter
they won one
was a
football
dog.
game. They won one football
Yeah, but
game.
the one remaining starter was a flat out dog. That safety they had was a beast. So
Okay.
I don't know if it was turnover the whole roster. I don't know if that was part of the hype. Maybe
Well,
some of the kids could play. They just didn't have the Twitter fingers that he needed. You know?
well, first of all, I would say if kids were afraid to compete because he came in and said, "I'm bringing my Louis," and they were afraid to compete
Ah,
because of what some coach said, then he didn't want him anyway. I mean,
hold on,
let
we
me
got
just
some
ask
guy in the
you:
comment
Would
talking
you
about
want a guy? Would you want a guy that got ran out of there by some words just because the coach
no,
challenged you?
no,
Okay,
right,
then.
no.
So that's
Hopefully
what we're
that
talking
kid doesn't
about.
have the heart. But we got Jason in the comments talking about he drew more attention to that program than ever. So he
Okay.
forgets, Cordell Stewart, Rashawn Salam. Ever is a strong word there, Jason. I mean,
Well, I don't.
he brought them back to relevance, but not more attention than ever.
Okay, here's an example. When was the last time that you stayed up till 2:30 in the morning and watched anything? But you did stay up
You're
till
absolutely right.
2:30 to watch Colorado beat Colorado State. Why did you do that?
Well, to answer your first question, at 2:30, if I am watching anything, it's not something I want to share in a public setting here. But the other part of that is you're absolutely right. I dozed off, came back. I did watch Colorado, so absolutely.
There you go. That's it. You got to sell the
Okay.
program. I mean, Dion
Okay.
did what he was trying to
Won't
do.
watch it again.
He did what he was trying to do. He's trying to
Look at
build
these
a
bags.
program,
Look at
and
these bags.
he's
I'll
and
never
he's
get
done
that
it with
sleep back.
and you may not. You may not get the sleep back. But the
Okay.
bottom line is Deion Sanders did what he set out to do. And that was
Okay.
build a culture, build a program, try to progress from what they were. He made the college, the city, the town, everything a ton of money. And now this year he can go win some football games. Now I will say if they win 4 football games this year, then it's not working. I'll be the first
Okay.
person to say it. But you can't tell me that
What's the
after
over
going
under then?
what's the over under? Oh, I think they
T-
win 8 games at
Over
least
under.
this year.
So
I think they
when
win at
is it a
least 8 games this year. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties already on the first show. But that's the
well,
problem when you
there you
deal
go.
with people like Chris Claiborne.
I got you.
That is the issue.
Yeah, I get it.
Technical difficulties already.
I don't know where I went.
I don't know where you went
I can
either.
hear you. I don't know where I went on the video.
Unbelievable. See, people, but
No.
this is probably good. This is probably nobody wanted to see you anyway. They wanted to see me, and that's the problem. You know, I mean, you know, and basically, I think what really happened is everybody tuned in and they clicked on whatever they can click on and just said, you know what, we're done with Chris. We're done with his nonsense about Dion. We don't need that. We need more Big B. He's right, and I think the world has spoken. I think the world has just spoken. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm throwing that out there into the world. You may get out and try to come back in. That might be the best thing to do. But I think the world has spoken. Yeah, exactly. And I'm bringing it up on the screen. CC had to duck out after ridiculous comments. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. I mean, but I think the best thing is you probably just need to just jump out and try to jump back in and it'll be all right. We'll bring you back in. Well, I think that's part of it. You can't have an iPhone 2 and try to use that and be in here. I think that's part of the problem. When you're using an iPhone 2, just get out and come back in. Just get out. Evening Christmas. Unbelievable. See, people, I apologize already. Show number one. I tried to get this man to get a new phone, I don't know, for a year. His wife tried to get him to get a new phone for a year. His children tried to get him a new phone for a year, but the man is running around with the iPhone 2. How do you even function with an iPhone 2? You can't even trade it in. They won't even take it. They won't even let you turn in an iPhone 2 anymore, people. This is what I deal with on a day to day basis. Here's this right here. My man Ashford, I know, an AV guy, a guy that does AV for a living. Can't get a phone that works. Unbelievable, people. Unbelievable. This is the problem. This is the problem. My man Davy Gill jumping in. The Cricket Wireless plan. Yes. Yes, Davy Gill. That's what happens. When you're on Cricket, this is what happens. Oh my goodness. And everybody's just going to let them have it. And we're going to bring up everything. Everything. Oh, look, he might be trying to come back. Does anyone know an AV guy? Yes. Just let him have it. This is from his own son. Told all my friends to tune in, and now he disappeared. Ridiculous. You know?
He said he's on Boost Mobile right now.
Yes. Oh, there's your man, our man Yuva. He's on Boost Mobile. See, this is the problem.
Hey, but save a buck when you can.
Okay.
No, I'm frozen up again, aren't I?
You're frozen up
on?
again. It's just bad. It's just bad for business, people. That's what it is. It's bad for business. Can't handle it.
I'm rolling on my camera though. I look great.
Guys can't handle it. Just can't handle the truth. There we go, people. We know. We know.
Leg.
There you go. He's on the BlackBerry.
You got me on the audio
You're
or not?
still on the BlackBerry. You're still on the BlackBerry. Jiminy Christmas. Oh,
the production budget took a hit. B, you have me on the audio or no?
Yeah, you're on the audio. It's the Wi-Fi. You're in and out. You're frozen up.
Oh.
The
Wi-Fi. There's nothing wrong with the Wi-Fi here.
Well, apparently there is, my man. Apparently there is. I can't help you. We got audio, though. The audio is great. The audio is great. But again, when you're using a flip phone from 1997, this is the problem that you run into. This is the problem that you run into.
I'm back hard next week. iPhone 17 next week. I'm coming back hard,
Ooh, look at April H. Look who she blames. I blame Graham.
Exactly.
The Graham
up there streaming something she shouldn't.
Graham, that could
that
be
is not right at all.
That's not right. That Graham has to take strays for this.